We've talked about BankFusion a number of times. What is different about BankFusion, and why is now the time to focus on it?
Well, BankFusion is a completely new approach to core banking systems. The key value proposition here is, one, it allows banks to more quickly respond to the changing market conditions that they face. We all know that banks are in a position now of rebuilding their capital structures. They face more regulation on a global basis. Their customers are demanding more of them. All of that means they need to be able to respond quicker in terms of their business processes and in terms of new products and offerings that they bring to their marketplace. BankFusion allows them to do all of that, and in a way that reduces their risk. Because most times banks have had to take out core banking systems and then install a new one. Not only is that very costly, but it can dramatically increase risks. With BankFusion, they can evolve to that new solution. So BankFusion will work in conjunction with their existing core banking systems and allow them to evolve to this new capability and this new technology over time, thereby reducing their risks. So those are the primary differences and the value proposition that Misys is bringing to the banking industry.
But what's to stop competitors developing their own software solutions similar to BankFusion?
Well, I think they will over time. The key is that we have been working on this now for almost 3 years. We've got 30 years of experience in the banking industry. And we've taken all that experience, all of that knowledge, and we have put that into the BankFusion platform. And we think we have at least a couple years of advantage vis-a-vis our competitors in terms of having this capability in the marketplace. But at the end of the day, it's not about just technology. It's about the consulting skills you have, the systems integrations and support skills that you have. All of that provides an end-to-end solution that we think will differentiate Misys versus any of its competitors.
So, to what extent do you see this changing the Misys banking business?
Well, I think over time it's going to fundamentally change our banking business. Our banking business has not grown much over the last several years. Part of that has been the market. This has been a very difficult couple years, as you know, for banks on a global basis. But part of it has also been that we've not had a lot of new solutions that we have brought to our extensive customer base. So as we begin to introduce these new capabilities that help customers, our banking customers, respond to their marketplace, this will begin to transform our banking business into a growth business.
You say you expect 250 adopters over 5 years. That sounds like a lot more than we've heard you speak about before. What's the phasing on that, and when can we expect to see this big ramp up in the customer base?
Well, we're going to go slowly. So I've talked about doing 6 or 7 or 8 clients the first year. We're still on that track. So we want to ensure that the early implementations, that we focus on quality and we focus on ensuring that those early adopters are 100% satisfied. And then over time, as our experience grows and our knowledge about what it takes to implement BankFusion, we will begin to ramp that up. So think of this as year 2, we probably double. So 6 to 12. And then the following year, double that again. So when we get into the second year of this program, we will begin to see fairly substantial numbers of adopters, which drives not only our financial performance, which then drives us closer to the 250 clients we think long-term will probably upgrade to this platform.
And you've talked about a 6 to 8% per year compound to the revenue base over the 5 years. Is this for the group as a whole? Is
No,
it
this
for
should be
banking?
for the banking business. So when we talk about 6 or 8 points of growth, we are attributing that to the banking business. Now, that's not going to happen in the first year because I said we're going to go slow. But as we get into the second year of this product program and we get into our stride, if you will, we do think this will add somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 points of revenue growth to the banking business.
So does that mean analysts and people like that should start thinking about upgrading estimates? And
No, I think we've been very clear with the analysts that we don't expect much difference in our basic banking financial model for the next year because we are going to go fairly slow and limit the number of installs. But as we get out into calendar year 2011 and we get into our 2011-2012 fiscal year, that would then be time to begin to talk to the analysts about what they can expect around the financial model going forward.
so does this make Misys a much bigger player in the banking software marketplace?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this catapults Misys into a technology leadership position. This is a leading core banking platform with the value proposition we've already talked about. So the combination of technology and insight that our people bring to our banking clients, I think will catapult Misys not only into a more relevant position in the industry, but into a leadership position in the industry.